starts to decrease, and then here after the eruption is over, either the lava flows out of the tube downhill just like water flowing out of a pipe, or it starts to cool on the bottom and solidifies there. So there's a little bit of both happening here. And these things that are drawn here, they look like stalactites, you know, in a limestone cave. Obviously we don't have stalactites in a lava tube, but when the Hawaiians discovered these, the name of this lava tube is Nahuku, and in Hawaiian that means many protuberances of Hawaiian, because they have really long words for short things and really short words for long things. But so what they saw was actually cooled lava drips on the ceiling of this lava tube. These really delicate, like straw-like features that had cooled as lava's dripping down from the ceiling. Now, no offense to tourists, but 60 years or so of people walking through this lava tube, you're not going to find any more of these. They were all taking them home, one by one. Yeah. But there are lava tubes that I've been in on the island. It's restricted to tourist travel and stuff like that, that still have a lot of those really delicate features from when they were originally formed. But we're going to hike through, we're not going to see, the only thing coming down from the ceiling you're going to see are tree roots. Okay. So we're going to head down this way and down into the crater towards the lava tube. There's not the typical like dense rainforest canopy here, right? So basically the main component of our rainforest canopy are these huge scrubby trees. These are called ohia lehua. I'm going to talk a lot about ohia trees today. By the way, there is a test on all the Hawaiian words. Okay. At the end. If you don't pass, you gotta go home, right? You gotta go move in with me and the centipedes. So, but yeah, the main tree, the most numerous tree in the Hawaiian rainforest is this ohia lehua, and that's gonna make up our canopy, but obviously not super dense. We got tons of sun coming down on us. Right. And so the thing about Hawaiian rainforest is the diversity is very, very low. I could not take you on a tour through a Puerto Rican rainforest and tell you it's very soft, and furry. It looks like suede. The pulu, the purpose of the pulu, does everybody know what a... That's pretty, huh? Yeah. Oh, we got the splash. It rained recently. It's wet. Wow, I don't think I can take a picture of that.
Look at this. That's one of the tubes.
Wow. You see these little...
Oh, make sure you flash it.
Oh, this is a nice shot.
Make it flash.
The lava tube.
Oh, it's rain. It's wet. Yeah, we've got a little bit of... Oh, look at them. Oh, there they are. Those are roots, actually. Those are tree roots. Yeah, we're not going to see any of those little lava drips, except, you know, whatever the thicker ones are that you can see. Yeah. But none of those really delicate ones. I guess it's okay. We'll see. Do you have a flash on that, Leeanne? Source of fresh water. You can feel the drips coming down. And so living on an island, fresh water is pretty hard to come by. There's not a lot of groundwater and stuff like on the mainland. And so they come in here of the deceased and place them final rest here in the lava tube, hiding out during battles, things like that. You can see the layer here on the side. Not too fast. You can see it's kind of like a, like a scummy bathtub drain or something. It shows you where the level of the lava was toward the end of the eruption. It started to cool on the sides there. And like I said, this direction is downhill, so we're going to be walking in the direction. That would not feel good. No. I think we'll be really nice cut. Oh, definitely. You know the scorpions will move like crazy too.
Watch out for the water. I'm almost there.
Oh, these are.
There's Leeanne.
Skylight. Okay, I can't do anything. Is it open?
Press it down.
Just get through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't see through it. Sometimes.
I just want to mention before we head on, what we just walked up out of, that's called a lava tube skylight, and they're very common. The ceiling of the lava tube will just collapse in, you know all about sinkholes, right?
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
So that's kind of the same idea, and this is actually how this lava tube was discovered. They didn't know the other entrance in the pit crater was there, so they found it this way. But if you can imagine, say there's not a railing here,
We just came out of the lava tube. So we're hiking for I don't know how long, but we're hiking.
Here, there's a film of fresh water that rests on top of the salt water below the surface, but it's not very.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be fresh.
It's easy to skim it off, but there's not a lot of it.
Oh, that was our loop. Oh my goodness,
It's like bottle brush flowers. Those are the blossoms for the ohia tree. So if you see something along the trail and you want to know what those red flowers are, that's what it is. So we're gonna hike along here. About a half a mile from here, there's an overlook into the crater where we're gonna hike today. But as we're hiking along, you'll see on the side, you'll start to see little glimpses of the crater. Please resist the urge to, walk up to the edge because there is an overlook.
Wandering in a desert.
That's the volcano. Or it used to be.
Can I take a lava rock home with me?
No, you climb up that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. People that
Gonna be hiking up over those rocks. I just have to stop because I can't video while I'm walking.
No, I do.
Way up there.
I'm up in the volcano twice a week.
And we just came back over behind those rocks.
Oh, hello berry. This is a native Hawaiian plant. Loves to grow on bare lava. And it's related to the cranberry. And I already told you you couldn't take anything from the park, but if you really want to, you can take a berry. You can take a whole quart of berries if you want
edible?
to. Yep. Yes, they're edible. They're related to the cranberry. They do make pies and jellies out of them. So if you want to try one, they're a little bit tart.
Did you say oala?
Oh, hello.
Okay, because I've heard of the oala berries.
We don't have quite that problem here. I like that cave over there.
Ooh, I love that.
We're gonna go into that cave to eat lunch. After find them, we walk up a little bit over there. Everybody, this is Hawaii. Rocks, trees, volcanoes, rocks, more rocks, plants. But it's really beautiful, beautiful weather. Over here, it's cloudy. This is it's steam coming out of one of the holes, hot gas or whatever you want to call it. And we're about to go over and look at it.
Not the top, was it?
I think it was the top. There's one of the railings.
All the steam coming out.
That overlook, you see the railing straight up there?
The rock that it's coming out of, there's no hole. It's all covered. And it's just all steam from underwater is coming out. A hot spot. The rock's really, really, really warm. Does Grandpa like it?
Then we'll head up the trail. And then you'll get your cookies.
Here's another little mini one. There's barely anything coming out, but it's coming out. Just want to say. Now we're gonna get out of the crater, go where those tiny little people are, and climb up there, go back. We are now in Maui.
Turn to the left. Take a picture of the restaurants because Jeff ate there. This is Mama's restaurant where Jeff ate here when he was here a year ago.
Beautiful. It's not really black sand, it's just basically lava rocks. Still really beautiful. Oh, you should have seen that. So pretty. Hey, hold on. There's an old abandoned church that survived in the 1900s, I think that's what she said. Everything got destroyed but the church. And it's got the longest name in the whole wide world. We're at the church and there's a cemetery. It's a cemetery, all the gravestones. Grandpa's gonna go over there to find out how old they could be. There's the church. This is one of the gravestones. Tiny ones. Really pretty. This is a waterfall. There's some type of name that I cannot pronounce.
Look at the water way up above coming down out of the side of the rock.
We're on the trail to get to the caves. Whoa. We're going into, this is one of the caves, so we're going in. Come on, Jordan. The cave, it's filled up with lots and lots and lots and lots of water. Another waterfall. Beautiful. Get past there. Keep going and going. We're going to a winery. We aren't going to drink any, obviously, but we're going just to go to the gift shop to buy our family stuff and just look around. It's really beautiful. All these old trees. Especially that one.
6 to 135. We do have space
taking pictures?
on the tender.
Recording.
Please proceed
Huh?
first
I'm
to
recording.
the back of the ship, the back or after.
Can I talk or what?
And then
Yes.
Okay, we are now looking at Banning Island. Banning Island is an atoll built around a lagoon. From north to south, it's about 12 miles by 6 miles, but because of the lagoon in the middle, there's only about 25 square miles. The island is located at 3 degrees north latitude, which brings us very, very close to the equator. The high point on the entire island is 10 feet above sea level. And when they have a cyclone, I don't think that's the island I'd want to be on. The palm trees are 60 to 70 feet high.
Preparing to start bunkering procedures. This is a normal procedure and means we are giving
the jacuzzi.
Take too many pictures.
Yeah, there's some bromeliads around
This
here.
is our
They
first
tend
stop.
to hold water and mosquitoes get in there.
Yeah, we even spray them.
Yeah, no dengue, no West Nile. You know, so if they
volcano.
bite you, just some
Yeah, it's
people,
just gonna irritate.
you know, swell up a little bit. Yeah, but if you don't scratch them, they'll go away pretty fast. Up upon the Eden too. These are native.
We are now on a mountain about 10 miles out of Kona, which is on the west coast of Hawaii. We're about 4,000 feet elevation, and we're in this tropical rainforest.
You know, 'cause he looks like a little hummingbird, but the way he beats his wings and stuff. Pretty large moth.
Okay, well, I wanted to get that.
So we'll just head down the driveway. Any plants to see along the way, feel free to ask about. When we get to
This is a home in a tropical rainforest. There's a lot of dampness and everything like that. It's a beautiful home. But would I want to live in an area there where there's continuous high humidity all around here? He has a parrot farm down the back of the house. There's probably 20 parrots that he has out back there. And if you go down the road where those people are currently standing, a few minutes ago there were all sorts of wild chickens down there. There's probably more wild chickens in the Hawaiian Islands than there are people. There's a bunch of wild chickens there that decided to pose for a picture. And there is one more bunch of wild chickens. This is a path down the rainforest that we're currently in. We're going up higher and higher in the sky.
yeah, the new tree bloom here.
And finally we're getting to see just a little bit of sunlight. In the rainforest we've come across a bamboo tree. I'm going to raise myself slowly to get a feel for how high the bamboo tree goes. Way up high in the sky.
We're on our hike.
If it gets big enough, but it was the straightest, largest hardwood that the Hawaiians had access to, and it was prized for making their canoes from it. So just about all the traditional Hawaiian canoes were carved out of koa logs. You can imagine the ceremony going on with cutting down a log. If you had to cut it down here and get it down to the ocean. Only true native palm that we have in the islands, and no prickles along its main stem or anything. So used for fanning, used for thatching, and also used for weaving into hats and baskets and other things. And also some coffee trees around here. We'll see some more. These guys have just kind of been let go. I think on Kauai they harvest with machines, so they keep their trees all a bit shorter and then pick all the cherries from the tree, which is what you call the beans. You call them cherries until you actually get the bean separated from the outer skin.
So the pit.
Inside of there.
Does it have any fragrance at all? I mean,
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
incense.
good question. Good question. Don't know.
Can I have a nutty
They
smell?
also, it's supposed to be used medicinally as a laxative.
Oh,
But
wonderful.
sometimes you can get this raw fish, this ahi poki, that's got some seaweed thrown in, and they'll take a little bit of the nut and chop it up and throw it in there. Also have some bottle brush trees with those red bottle brush flowers. And we have part of a corral system here with this rock wall that's in the area. And also a bunch of New Guinean ironwood. If anybody wants a shower, we just get a little tap.
Oh.
It comes right down. So this is the one. This is the excellent shower tree. You ready?
Oh, careful. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Right over here.
Yeah, good.
Oh, what's that right there? Do you want a shower?
Yeah.
Yep. It does? Oh. Feels the rain.
All the water is falling off.
No, not through the leaves. Okay. No, just through the grass.
Yeah, listen.
Every single one of them. It likes a specific type of eucalyptus, just like koalas like a certain kind of bamboo. So I think.
Finishing our hike.
Albizia and how they used to do this really nice stand on Kauai till Hurricane came through. But it's weedy enough, I think it snapped a lot of the branches
Jordan
off.
and
Pretty
me.
much
That
established
one.
themselves, but it's taken them, that was
Right
92.
here.
So 12 plus years.
I am
to
impressed.
come back. Yeah.
It's only like 6
Yeah,
years
that's one of
old
my
in 3
favorites.
years.
So
Yeah, I
that's how
thought
old
that
this
moved
guy
real
is.
fast. That's amazing.
So it's really tall because of that
Right.
ferns, bushes,
Well, this
whatever.
one's really soft. Like the eucalyptus are nice. Probably get a nail here.
Right. It's like
Vintage
eucalyptus,
nails
it gets
into
harder
it.
as it gets
Right.
yeah, dry.
So it's just a softwood tree, though. Very fast growing softwood tree. Does have a bit of a V up there, huh? So he does.
It's a hairy caterpillar, mossy caterpillar. They're usually hollow, but they're roots of a tree, basically.
Bamboo that went in not so long ago.
There's Grandma. We're just waiting for the people on our tour. Pretty slow, but Jordan's getting hungry. The path was all roots. So finally we made it to the road. We're gonna go that way, get back to the truck. This is somebody's house. Like in the middle of nowhere. Over there in the background you can hear her birds. We're gonna go see them. Hello? Hello? He's the one saying hello to us. And making those funky noises. Hello? Hello? Oh, that was a different one now. Hello? These birds, this white one, it has a lock on its cage because this bird's, his other name is Houdini. That's because he's escaped a few cages before, so they had to put locks. Hello? Hello.
Like animal crackers. So it's not exactly a gourmet cookie.
Helen, I really don't care. I don't hear any complaining, okay?
That's what it is.
There's some more
It's
birds.
so cute you want this water.
There's a chicken somewhere. Hello? 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 Hello. Sounds evil. Which one?
We're still working on these.
Okay, feel free. Keep working. Keep working. Sit around either table you want. Excuse me.
Hey man, you're starving.
Get out of here.
Okay, I'm moving. This is their patio. Ew.
What is it, insect? We're looking at the oldest church on the Hawaiian Islands. It's obviously a congregational church. It goes back to the 1820s. In a second, I'm going to go inside, take a couple of pictures of the inside of the church. But it's an amazing structure considering the time period. It's a lot bigger than any church we've seen on the Hawaiian Islands. This building goes back to 1838. There was some gentleman who was an ally of King Kamehameha I the Great, who unified all the islands. We took a look in the front door, and the detailing and the work in this thing is amazing. Very nice building. And right outside we have a coconut tree, and what would you expect to find on the top of a coconut tree? I wonder. Right now we're downtown Kona on the big island Hawaii, and we're going to take a picture showing the coast just running south of Kona. Beautiful beach there, beautiful beach. Now we're swinging further out, looking on the ocean, and pretty soon we're going to get to a point where we could look, say what, 20, 30 miles down the shore. Looks like there's a whole bunch of high quality hotels there along the shore, although the biggest hotels are supposed to be just north of this town, which unfortunately I can't get a good picture of.
Before that time, each of these Hawaiian islands had its own king, their own little kingdom. It wasn't until King Kamehameha came about and he decided he was going to make Hawaii all under one rule. So he went around, he conquered the islands of Maui. He already had the big island under his rule. He went to Kauai, Lanai. He took all these islands. This was the last island that he had to fight for. He brought about 5,000 of his warriors. They pulled up on the shores of Waikiki Beach. And they met the king of this island, who was Kalani Kapule. They met right there at the bottom of the beach, Waikiki Beach, and they battled all the way up this mountain here and up to the top. As they got to the top, King Kamehameha and his warriors, they drove the other army right off this.
Really, really cool here. This is the big island of Hawaii. Over there past these trees, it's our temple. The temple, the Hawaii Honolulu Temple, I think that's what it is. This is where we are.
That island there is Rabbit Island. They call it Rabbit Island because early in the 1800s they let a bunch of wild rabbits be on that island. You can still find a couple rabbits running around that island.
Jungle. Thank you for visiting us today. My name is Sielu, but if you forget it, just yell out Chief and somebody will help you if you get chased by something. Okay?
All chiefs and no Indians.
Some of you are kind of wondering about what I'm wearing. I don't want to wear these things. They told me you guys like it. So, but these are banana leaves that I'm wearing. It keeps your body cool on hot days. This is not a skirt. It's called the lava lava that wrap around that we always use in the islands because of the weather and stuff like that. So it keeps you cool on hot days. And some of you are thinking how long I was in prison because of these body tattoos. The only reason why I got tattooed is because I became chief. I'm the youngest that was ever chosen in the country in Samoa. When I was 25, I became chief. I was chosen by the head of state, the guy that used to be the king of the country. So I received a very, very special title from the people in the islands, and I've been involved with all the culture exchange programs around the world, so I represent with my team the South Pacific Islands. I'll be with you just like that. Mahalo.
Wait right here until we got everybody in. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a chant of welcoming you to our beautiful garden here. Look around. All these flowers comes from a family of heliconias. But the most important plant I want to share with you is the one here to my right. This right here is called... Yes, honey, you're the smartest one. Honey, these are tea leaves. Tea leaves, you see that? Why we call it tea leaves? Because these are the ones that we men use for cooking. Men cook all the time, as you can see. We strip the leaf off like this, then we put the meat, like a pig or something like that. Make sure it's not big enough, and then we wrap it just like this. See? And then we use the end to tie them together like so. Just like that. It is our version of your aluminum foil.
This is how they pay for their way to school. If you were here maybe, you know, in the mid-90s, 95, 96, 94, 95, 96, and came out here to the culture center, you probably saw me. I was out here dancing because I was going to school. I'm at the Brigham Young University. I was dancing out here at the culture center. And we were all working together circle here. We'll let you, for those of you guys want to come out and take a picture.
That's the temple right there.
Jill, take the bus around this circle here.
Tiny little pearl is going around this. Not that to back up at all. Who knows this?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
We look pretty close.
Sand Turtle Beach. Big old connected too. Trying to get back in the water. There's another one right there in the water.